I am at 4 months of quitting smoking weed or using weed in any form. I quit smoking weed in the beginning of December, and before that, I had been smoking weed for 7 years straight. The longest break I had ever taken in that 7 years actually was for 4 months, and it was difficult for me to quit smoking weed during those 4 months. I was quitting for what I would argue were not fully the right reasons. I don't want to say any reason for quitting is ever wrong, but I was not quitting during those 4 months because it's something that I really wanted to be doing. What I really wanted to be doing during the first 4 months I ever quit smoking was smoke. I wanted to smoke the entire time. And I was just, and eventually I did start smoking again. And that was the longest period of time I ever went not smoking, within 7 years. So now that I'm at 4 months again, I'm really excited to push past it and keep going and hopefully never smoke weed again. Ever in my life. I really never want to smoke weed again, honestly. Yeah. It's difficult for me to even believe right now that I'm at 4 months of quitting, and that it's possible for me to, not smoke for the rest of my life. I really look forward to not smoking for the rest of my life, actually, because when I was smoking weed, I was doing it to try to feel better about myself and about my loneliness, or any emotion, really. And it just got to a point where any situation was an occasion for smoking weed. And yeah, it just got to the point where I was high all day and basically all night because I wouldn't be able to sleep well without smoking. I didn't enjoy doing anything without smoking. I'd smoke before I took a shower. I'd smoke before I did dishes. I would smoke before I did anything, and I put smoking weed above everything in my life. I prioritized being high, and if anyone who's watching this is a stoner who doesn't want to be a stoner anymore, then you probably can relate to what I'm talking about. And I think that I kind of gaslighted myself for a long time. I didn't want to realize or acknowledge that I had a problem smoking weed. To an extent, I didn't believe that you actually could be addicted to weed, or that addiction is real. And I would, yeah. Especially because there's a lot of, I think, rhetoric in society that weed is not that bad, but a lot more is coming out about how weed, especially modern weed, that's, thousands of times stronger than it's ever been in human history, is actually really dangerous to smoke by itself and to combine with other substances. So, yeah. And your tolerance, my tolerance at least, just skyrocketed. And it was almost like I could never get enough. And I even noticed this when I would be smoking around other people too. I usually smoked more than them, and I didn't feel like I was done smoking until I was basically at a level of greening out, which is almost being sick, or actually being sick from how much I was smoking. So yeah, I guess that's kind of some of my history with weed. Some of the changes that I've noticed in myself since I've quit smoking weed is, for one, obviously my lungs feel a lot better and I don't have this chronic sinus congestion anymore like I had while smoking. And also a huge thing I've noticed is that I'm remembering my dreams a lot. I pretty much remember my dreams every night and they are more vivid. I can remember them in more detail. And yeah, just other changes I've noticed is I'm not craving weed anymore. I'm really not craving smoking weed anymore. And that craving kind of started going away a little bit in early December or before when I quit. And I kind of realized, like, I had a problem with matte wax pens. I just started thinking, like, why am I still doing this? And I say this in every single video, but honestly, what I think helped my mental health the most is my diet. And I think that helping my mental health helped me to stop smoking weed because I didn't feel like I needed it to self-medicate my emotions as much anymore. Because yeah, I started smoking weed in my teenage years and I just thought that it helped me like cope with stuff, or I thought it helped make me feel better. But really, my problem was that I wasn't eating well and I wasn't like going outside and getting sunlight, honestly. So, and also, yeah, yeah, there's a whole lot. I really didn't feel like making this video today at all. But I'm just gonna keep making them. I don't really give a shit. I'm excited for when I'm excited every week to make these videos, but it's gonna be really cool to see myself at like 6 months quitting and then a year quitting. And yeah, I just want to say, if anybody's out there like quitting a substance, good for you, because guess what? Most people are not doing that. Most people are not trying to quit their addictions or heal their addictions. Most people are perfectly content living in complete and utter complacency. And if you're somebody who's even watching this video, you know, that means that you probably don't feel that way. You want to achieve bigger things for yourself. You want more out of life, you know, than to just sit there stoned off of a drug. And it took me a long time to quit. It took me years of praying to be able to put down, you know, the pipe and the bongs and the wax pens. But I don't know, I would suggest looking into eating carnivore basically and cutting out sugar. That helped my mental health a lot. I have a lot of anxiety and nothing in my life ever improved my anxiety as much as upping my protein intake and reducing my sugar intake. And I think that's what's helped me the most with quitting and with cravings. These past 4 months, I have not even craved smoking weed. And I've been around people smoking. I don't even want it anymore. I literally reached like my tipping point, this realization in my mind that is not how I want to be living. It doesn't align with any of my goals, any of my values. It's not something I want to be doing as a person. It's not going to help me in life at all to smoke weed. And this whole channel is just basically my experience. So yeah, have a good one.